Welcome to this week's Agents of Change. I am so happy to have as my wonderful feature Anne Marie Davis. Of course, you know her. Her husband is a senior politician here in the Bahamas. But what about her? Not many of us know much about her. For example, she grew up very regular, humble beginnings in the country of Trinidad. How was that growing up, first of all?
Oh, it was eight of us, eight siblings.
Eight siblings.
Yes, four boys, four girls. And we grew up sharing everything. Um, when I was very young, we didn't have running waters yet. I know about, as we used to say, toting water on the head.
You toted water as a young girl growing up.
Absolutely, absolutely. On the weekends you bake 25 loaves of bread because you had four brothers who would eat all of it before anyone got to it. We just learned about sharing from very young age, from sharing everything we had with the neighborhood, and just
So it was a nice community kind of feel
Yes.
in your village.
absolutely, absolutely. It started from there, watching my mother cook for whoever dropped by. Um, it was just that whole feeling of sharing that started very young in my life. And we had pets as well growing up. I had a pet dog, and we always took care of her. We always fed her some of our food. It was always caring and sharing
Yeah.
from a very young age.
Even with all those people, how big was the house? Like how close were the living quarters?
Okay, well, in my case, we had our own property, so we always had the house was 3 bedrooms, but it was a wooden house to start with, and then we broke it down when my father became employed with the petroleum company. We broke it down and built a nice concrete house, so we were more comfortable. But nevertheless, we stayed compact family, shared, and just made each other happy all the time. We didn't have television very early, so we all talked and laughed with each other. We all danced, our brothers and sisters played the radio. It was fun. So that's how I grew up. And I think that's why I am the way I am today.
So that those humble beginnings with the
Yes.
wonderful morals and the discipline and just the feel of community, even in
Yes.
the house, is what kind of laid the foundation for your life.
Absolutely.
You went
Absolutely.
on to, of course, you became an adult and you went on to become a CPA, certified
Yeah.
public accountant.
Yeah.
What led you into that field?
Actually, when I was growing up, my mom thought I was so bright. The biggest job for her was being a school teacher. And so I thought, Mommy, I don't want to be a teacher. She said, listen, when you're a teacher, you get a lot of holidays. So that's why you should be a teacher. Well, I liked numbers. I was always very good at numbers. So I thought, after doing my A levels, I would become a chartered accountant. And so I headed to England to study. I did ACC, not CPA, but it's the same thing here. We're all chartered accountants.
Yes.
Yes.
Super. And of course, you've settled in the Bahamas now for a number of years. You've built a
Yes.
wonderful life, a wonderful family. But what people don't know is that you very quietly make an impact and try to make a difference here in the Bahamas. You personally have
Yes.
developed a scholarship at the University of the Bahamas to help young men and young women to realize their own dreams. Talk about that.
Yes, I'm. It is. There are so many students now when I talk to them who still want to go further. But at the time I did it, which was from 2 years ago, they wanted help with their school fees, and so I took it upon myself to give those checks. I chose one. Actually, I started with one. I think I'm a two now. So it was just a matter of helping them pay their tuition. Of course, they had to maintain a 3.0 GPA level, and they had to be positive. They have to be just wanting to do more and share their knowledge and to bring others along with them. So that they could be, when we talk, they could tell me what they have achieved and how much more they want to do and achieve as they went along. So yes, I'm very happy that I do that as well, yes.
Super. And then, of course, women's issues are very important to you.
Yeah,
What about
absolutely.
women's issues?
Oh, I think women are not, on the whole, especially the young woman who is still following. I mean, she's marginalized, some of them are. She is open to so much more happening to her negatively. And so I tend to focus more on the young girl mostly, and then the teenager, and even the young woman in the workplace. Because in the workplace, we have a terrible case of sexual harassment in the workplace, which is becoming worse right now. We have abuse in the homes with young girls, and that is also on the rise. Very heartbreaking to know that that's on the rise. That is something. As a matter of fact, I wish we could have our own sex court. I mean, I support Sandra Dean Patterson very much, and Justice of the Peace Vera Watkins. I support them both in having our own sex court so that we can try these sex crimes against women, and not only women but marginalized youth, whether it's young boy or young girl who are being abused. We want to see that come to a head and be tried very quickly, and not just have to wait for 2 years when we could get a space in any other court system. We want to see have our own sexual court. Yes. I wish we could have our own Me Too movement here, actually in the Bahamas.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Where we could expose, where people could speak freely about their experience.
Yes.
If they want to be, if they don't want to share their names, they could remain incognito. But I think it will be a start for people to come out with what they experience.
And hold more people accountable, and to know that it's not okay
Yes.
to take advantage of someone who is
Exactly.
vulnerable or
Yes.
not up to your level. That is
Yes.
not okay.
That is not okay. No. So I would like to see that and have our sex crimes court. I don't know who will start the Me Too movement, but it's something that maybe I will take up myself and champion.
Oh, wow. I have no doubt that you will do that. And if we could shift gears for a little bit, I just want to kind of just let people know about your little personal life, sort of. You enjoy art. You
Yes.
collect art. You
Yes.
have in your home right now, you have so many wonderful pieces, and like all of them local.
Yes.
Where did this love for Bahamian art come from?
But I love colors, bright colors. It's just awesome. And so I like, it reminds me so much of the humble upbringing. For example, we have art here from Cat Island. And a lot of it you would see from the Family Island. Again, that's the country in me, the Family Island, and people doing humble things like the conch man peeling conch, a village street, a woman
I like
washing.
it. It does
Yes.
bring a certain peace and comfort.
Absolutely.
When you look, for example, at Mount Alvernia, and when you look at,
Yes.
for example, I think that's Cat Island as well, below
Yes,
it.
that's right.
And so you see the wonderful, island-styled homes with the green grass, the big tree,
Yes.
the man sitting under the tree. It really is
Yes.
just very soothing.
Absolutely.
I love to. How important is it for you to create this piece in your home?
Well, for me, here is like a gallery. Anywhere you look, you can see the art. It does something to you. It fills in the wall space with what life means to you. It brings life closer to you. It brings the scenery that you would like to see. You could stop and look at any picture and think about what it does to you, the brightness, the brilliance in it. And sometimes when I stop and look at these pictures, I see something different, something that I missed before. And it's just that important to me, and make the home what we represent, which is brightness, color, and humility at the same time. And they could all be a conversation piece. When you talk about it, you think about what you see, and whenever I have visitors, they're always great conversation pieces.
Yeah, they absolutely are very, very lovely. And I cannot end this piece and, really feature this wonderful agent of change this week without talking about the fact that just as you're known for all the other aspects of your life throughout various aspects of our community, you are known widely for being a stylista, a fashionista. Where did you get your sense of style? Even today we're just sitting here. We're just sitting, relaxing. And there she is, so well turned out. Where did you get this sense of style?
Actually, that too started from a very little girl. I have 3 older brothers who always told me, since I was a little girl, you're not going out without your ribbons in your hair and your socks and shoes. And so from then, growing up, I kept that with me, and I was always conscious of how I look when I go out. I have to look right. And it also It's great for how you feel. It gives you the confidence to move about and do what you have to do and not think, well, oh, something is wrong when you're looking at something that's out of place. You feel well put together, you and then you feel positive, you feel confident, and you just go about your business smiling and happy because you look good and you feel good.
Oh, super. Which word best describes you think?
Grateful, I think, and thankful. I like to be grateful every day, every morning, and every night. I pray and thank God for everything that I have. Even no matter how small it is or how great it is, I thank Him for the life that He's allowed me to have and for the sharing that I can do. Sharing and teaching others to be positive, staying positive, being thankful, being grateful, I think is what I do every day.
Thank you. We will take that away. Grateful.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
gratefulness.
I like
it
this.
keeps you happier.
It does.
Once you're grateful, some people might say, "Oh, I don't have this and I don't have it, and I'm sad." No, listen. Be grateful even for life itself.
Absolutely.
Even for if you have one pair of shoes, be grateful for
Be
that.
grateful for that.
Because you have shoes.
Yeah, I love the saying, a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles.
Absolutely, absolutely. You wouldn't believe it. You're just a happier person,
Yeah.
and then makes you more positive. And once that comes, the sky is the limit.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Right.